Yo, what is going on, fam? How are you guys doing? What is up, Ustream? I am live in Hawaii right now, chilling, as you can see. I'm a little late, well, almost 30 minutes late. I've been fiddling around with my internet connection. That's why I was late, family. But I was here at 7, and it's early here. It's 5:30 here. It's like 2 hours um, behind Los Angeles time. But shout out to everybody in the room. How's everybody doing? Won't be on too long. Aloha, everybody. Aloha. I am chilling. This is my view. Let me show y'all my view so y'all can soak up by showing off. I'm chilling. I'm out here on the balcony. I can't go in there and do the show with all my badass kids and they're making noise. They're trying their best to get out here. I think there's one of them, that's Mateo. They're by the door now. Man. So yeah, they in there whenever I'm doing the show and I'm outside, boy, they be hating. But it's beautiful out here. I'm on the Big Island. I'm on the Big Island of Hawaii. Usually I'm on Waikiki. Um, Last time I was in Hawaii, I was in Maui. Now I'm on the Big Island. What's the name of the Big Island? I don't know the actual name of the Big Island, but they call it the Big Island. Well, let me show y'all my view. This is the view that I'm chilling with. Let me show y'all before it gets dark. Little panoramic. Nice and beautiful. Nice and serene and tranquil. Alright. So y'all over there. Let me get it. Alright. Look at us, see. Y'all can see my son. They all at the door trying to get out here. So how's everybody doing, man? Well, look at us here. I see a seer at the door. Trying to get in. Trying to get out, rather. All right. So what's going on, family? Many folks. A lot of folks coming on in the room. And again, no, I'm on my other laptop, and this laptop, it is real crisp and fresh. I'm getting hot out here. But look at them. They fighting to get out here right now. All right. What's going on, man? I'm here, ready to chop up game. So it was warm in Chicago. It's 47. Yeah, this laptop broadcasts real good. The quality is real good on this laptop. You dig? Mona Luau. Man, did anybody see the new Star Wars movie yet? I haven't seen the new Star Wars movie, but they said that Finn was the Finn character was still bucking them eyes. It was still running around bucking them eyes. So again, I can't sit through the Star Wars movie. For me, it bored me. This is the MacBook Pro, Miss Braxton. Yes, this is the MacBook Pro. My boys, man. And I got to go in there with them in a minute. They're going to just they're in here tearing up this hotel, man. That's what I heard. I heard he woke up Coonan. He was in a coma from the last movie. I heard he woke up out the coma, bucking his eyes. Where Ray at? Still asking for Ray. The first thing I said, I'm cool. That's all I need to know. I ain't about to go see that. He waking up out of a coma, bucking his eyes. I'm good. I'm relaxed, Sister Tubman. I'm relaxed. I'm chill, man. I needed to come out and get away, for a week, come out here and relax. Nice and smooth out here. They gave him an Asian love interest. Interesting. What's up, JR the Great? Yeah, man, this is a great webcam, man. This webcam is real crisp. This webcam is real crisp on this laptop. God damn, it's hot as hell. Yeah, these boys. But no spoil. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't give no spoilers because I haven't seen the movie. Oh, y'all, can you hear the water and the birds in the back? Yeah, it's real nice. You know what's interesting? I didn't know until I got out here. They have a lot of mongoose or mongoose, however you say it in plural. They got a lot of mongoose or mongoose or whatever out here. They went to a voodoo shop on American Medicine. Oh, let me get into that for a minute. But they got like mongoose out here, and I think they must have brought them out here to kill snakes or whatever. But they're everywhere. They got all types of little exotic animals running around. But it's beautiful though. It's beautiful. You're trying to look through the glass to see peanut. Hilarious. My daughter's in the. She's in the room next door. But yeah, I saw something on Merit to Medicine where some of the women, and let me be very, very honest, on that Merit to Medicine show, some of those women have said some, not just the women, but some of the people on that show have said some real coonish shit. Well, one, the woman's son, a few weeks ago, he was talking about how he like white girls or some shit like that. He don't want no sister, and it was some real coonish. Her son, I think he was like what 14 or 15. And I'm like, okay, for him to be a coon like that, the parents have done something or said something to make him a little up and coming coon like that. But on Merit to Medicine, and I want to see this episode that came on because I know last week they were talking about going to some voodoo shop or whatever, and one of the women like, ooh, that voodoo Eva, ooh, she talking, bucking her eyes. I forgot which one it was, but one of them, she was bucking her eyes a little bit. Ooh, that voodoo, ooh, Lord, that voodoo Eva. And what's interesting, and I haven't even seen the episode, but y'all said it was a white dude breaking down what voodoo was, and he's kicking the facts. So that's some sad shit when people in the dominant society have to teach you your damn history for you to even accept it halfway. We got to talk about that coon, mammy, bedwench spirit that they're really promoting out there. You dig? Because there's a show, I think on Bravo, on the Bravo network, there's another show they got coming out called To Rome with Love, something about Rome. A bunch of bedwenches going out to Rome finding love. And what are these boys doing? What are they doing in there, yo? Hold on. My son's in here just. My son, I got three little boys, and they be beating the shit out of each other. I mean, these little dudes be on some WWE shit. And Mateo, the youngest one, they be trying to be in the mix fighting. Mateo be the main one trying to throw blows with his brothers. You dig? But, like I said, this show, this show, yeah, they looking for love in Rome. They looking for white daddy in Rome. They talking about we go to Rome, we get treated like a queen. Okay, yeah, you go over there and they have a fetish. You dig? And I ain't knocking anybody for getting the international travel on. I mean, you can go overseas and people will choose up on you and all that. But the thing is, black folks, we make that mistake of thinking that somebody's treating you like a queen or a king, and you're basically being fetishized. Somebody's having a fetish over your ass. We got to get off that. Somebody in the dominant society is accepting us. We're getting treated like a queen or a king by them. These people look at you as an individual token. They're not going to empower you over them. We think just because we get individual nigger trinkets or a pat on the head or sexual access that we somehow transcended um, um, race You dig? Yeah, it's nothing more than it's plantation sex. Understand this. I've been to Rome. I've been to Rome. I've been to all over Italy. Do you know? Look, there's a plethora of Bedouins straight from Africa that they got to choose from who will die getting on a boat, getting over there. You dig? Who will have sex with the first Italian dude they see when they get off the boat. You dig? So you're not special. They'll have fetish sex with you, but get off the bullshit though. You dig? And even dudes, even when dudes go traveling or whatever, understand. Don't pop your collar too hard going overseas trying to wife up some chick, some mail order bride or whatever. I mean, they'll attach to anybody to try to get some tangibles. You dig? Just go and have a good time for what it is. And women too, go have a good time for what it is. Just like the movie Stella Got Her Groove Back. I didn't hate on that movie because the movie, you know, the movie was a life lesson in real life. The movie was a life lesson. Terry McMillan told y'all that mistake, just going overseas and trying to get with folks. And Terry McMillan, she wasn't a bed wench, but she was on some shit where she's going to go overseas and holler at some young niggas because they heard the young niggas like the old sisters. And the thing is, there's a caveat to that. And so she went over there and got her a real fucking flaming queen. With Terry McMillan went over in the movie. They had them all masculine. They had Tay Diggs playing them in the movie, but in real life, they should have had RuPaul playing that nigga because he was moist. So the lighting is awful because it's getting dark out here. It's getting dark out here right now, so don't trip on that. But like I said, with Terry McMillan, she went over there and got her little sashaying nigga. She got her little moist dude and brought him back. He was trying to get a green card, and she brought him over here, and the motherfucker was sucking dick from Maine to Albuquerque, and then acted shocked. Like everybody knew but her. The minute we saw that, I remember. How many of y'all remember when Terry McMillan brought that dude out? When she was parading that dude around, every black person in America was like, "Hey, is this a hairdresser? Who is this? This is my dude." What was his name? In the movie, it was Winston. What was his real name? What was that nigga's name? Man. Oh, dude. We all knew old dude was flaming. That nigga sounded like, the minute he started talking, he sounded like Antoine Dotson. You remember that dude with the hide your kids, hide your wife? He sounded like him. What was his name? Jonathan? Jonathan? What are my kids doing? What was his name? Jonathan Plummer? What's up, Truth Reigns? Yeah, when I remember when they interviewed him. So, Jonathan, what do you see in Terror? Well, I said, uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, Jonathan. Because over there, see, Jonathan, they don't let, he couldn't be moist over there. They got real strict social policies about that over there in Jamaica, so he had to hide it. But boy, the minute he got over here, that motherfucker let the rainbow out. Man. And then started hitting Terry up for her little money, and then Oprah tried to shame him. Why are you trying to get her money? Why are you trying to get it? You're a man trying to get her money. You know? Well, I gotta do what I gotta do, Oprah. You was Oprah be trying to shame niggas. Oprah trying to shame them. Why are you getting her money? That's her money. Well, Oprah, I have to do what I gotta do. He almost went full queen on her. Wait a minute, Oprah. The law is the law now, Oprah. He's like, you can't shame me, Oprah. Well, You need to holler at Stedman, bitch. Cause me and Stedman hooking up. I'm learning from him, Oprah. Man, oh, the lisp came all the way out. Man, man. Oh, but the thing is, like I said, they got these shows. They over in Nigeria, they got another show, the Oyibo. What's that name? They got a name for it. They got a show over there. Oyibo. What's that name? The Oyibo Wives of Lagos. And basically, they got these six women over there rather, who's married to white dudes, and they're doing a show about them. And these women, they're like this crazy, oily, bleached skin with these shiny ass synthetic weaves that all look cheap. What the hell are these boys doing? Here, hold on. Look at my crazy ass sons, man. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna go in there in a minute because they're gonna act a fool until I get in there. I'm on the Big Island. I'm on the Big Island. Man, I'm on the Big Island of Hawaii. I can see my reflection in the background there. But yeah, they got these Nigerian bedwenchers, and this show is very interesting. And if you notice, they're really pushing that agenda. They're really pushing that bedwench agenda real heavy. And black folks, we don't need to go for that. Down in Alabama, they had Roy Moore, who was going against a guy named Doug Jones. Now, Doug Jones, um, Doug Jones won, and it was the black vote that got Doug Jones over. Doug Jones, it was the black vote that got him over. It was 90, was it like 98% of the black female vote, 93% of the black male vote. So it was the black male and female vote that got Doug Jones over and helped him win. Now the thing is, Doug Jones, like most politicians, didn't promise black people anything. See, what they do, they get us to vote against somebody who's more racist. That's the new trick now. They don't offer us anything. They say, okay, we just need you to vote against this guy because he's more racist than that guy. So we are usually voting against somebody. We're not really voting for anything. And that's why we don't really get anything. And we got to get off that habit of letting people kind of hustle us for nothing. And Brother Claude Anderson goes real deep in that in his book, A Black History Reader. He talks about quid pro quo, how it's a policy for them to not give us anything. I mean, they go out of their way to come up with policies and they use these real tricky words like minority, diversity, person of color to give the illusion that we're going to be somehow included in resources and tangibles. And we got to be in a position, we got to stop settling for symbolic victories. If we can't take something that they give us and put it in a bank, it ain't real. We got to start being on some shit where we're getting some real tangibles. We got to be getting tangibles. And what's interesting, the mainstream media started pushing this narrative that, hey, yeah, black women really, we got to really thank black women for getting this vote over. They've been doing, you notice that they went out of their way to make it seem like it was only black women who got the vote over. And it wasn't just that. And they were really going extra with the way they were patting sisters on the back. And that was very deliberate. And the reason why they were doing that, the white supremacists go on full alert when they see black folks coming together, doing something in unison that moves some type of policy. They go on alert and then they go into divide and conquer mode immediately. They were purposely ignoring black men. They were going out of their way to ignore black men, and I want sisters do not fall for that. They act like brothers didn't vote at all. and damn near the same percentage of men and women voted. But they kept saying, "Oh, the black women. Oh man, black women. Oh, they all did great. Oh, it's the black women. Oh, we got to give props to black women. I mean, they're the black women." This whole fake praise that they were giving sisters in a way to divide us. What the hell are they doing? Look at my children. Look at them. They're desperate to get out here. Look at them. It's, look at Frick, Frack, and Fracker. Look at them. Y'all stop beating on the things. I'm coming in there in a minute. Like little hostages. Can y'all see them? Look at them. Okay, the mamas be in the shower. All right. All right. All right. Like I'm saying. But like I was saying, family, that was a very deliberate thing that they were doing as a way to divide us up. That they were doing that so that they can the same thing they did in the 1960s. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to separate us. They're trying to they use the same tactics that work. They did that in the 1960s when black men and women were out there fighting for policies and laws. They got the sisters to the side. Oh, you sisters are really fighting hard. You have this women. We have the same struggle as black folks. All women. And we're going to have you represent women temporarily. It's that type of thing. So this is what they're going to do now. What they're going to do, they're going to separate the sisters. They're trying to separate sisters and prop them up without giving you anything. And notice all this fake ass praise they were giving sisters. They didn't offer no tangibles. And I want sisters to understand that all this fake praise, oh, black women, you're the best. My God, black women, you're so great. They didn't offer you no tangibles. They did not offer you no tangibles. You got no offers. They just gave you the overly fake praise. And you had bed wenches, shea butter Twitter, and all that co-signing it, doing all the stuff for white mommy and white daddy. But they're trying to run a game. What they're going to do, they're going to try to get you to the side and make it seem like, okay, you're doing all this stuff. You're so great. You're the best. You're the great. You did it on your own. Oh my God, you're so strong. You need a strong white man right there next to you. That's the trick right there. See, that's the new trick that they're working on now, and it's coming through like a charm. They're really promoting that bedwenching thing. This whole marriage to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, all that, the Essence and all of these shea butter publications were talking about, oh, this marriage is giving black women hope. Have y'all seen those headlines? I want y'all to Google that. It was like the Prince Harry, um, Meghan Markle marriage is giving black women hope. Hope for what? Hope for what? Yes, they're trying to neutralize black masculinity. Understand, they're trying to dangle the bedwench can in front of the sisters' faces to make it seem like, okay, the white dude's going to be better for you than these Negroes. If you just act right and you just play ball, you're gonna be the next Meghan Markle. You're gonna be the next Eve. You understand? Sisters, you do not go for that. They ran that same game on you in the 60s. And what's going to happen, they're going to dangle that in your face. Some of y'all are going to bite it, and you're going to get the Omarosa treatment. Y'all saw how they did Omarosa. Omarosa was a big cheerleader for white supremacy and Trump and the whole nine. And black folks kept trying to warn her, and they threw her out like a $3 hoe. They threw her out. They literally threw her out the White House and locked the doors and turned the keys off and bragged about doing it. You dig? But they're really promoting that bedwench thing real heavy with sisters. And some of those bedwenches who wrote those books I was telling you about, these plantation style books where their fantasy is getting pregnant by a white dude. Some of those women, they've been trying to troll me on Twitter, talking about y'all black men just mad because we got rich white men trying treat us like queens. And first of all, most of y'all who write these books are hella out of shape. So you're not getting no rich white dudes. That's a fantasy. Let's stop it. You're not getting no rich white dudes. That's a fantasy. Most of you are bunny ruckuses. Most of you are bunny ass ruckuses. No white dude's really checking for you like that. It's a fantasy. That's why you're writing books about your fantasy. You dig? They're sloppy as hell. Those women who write those books, we found out who most of them are. Many of them are like old and sloppy. They're a bunch of bunny ruckuses. They're like one night stand jump offs, and they write about their fantasies. You dig? But sisters, don't go for that game no more. And again, and what they try to do, these bedwenches who write these books, they're like, well, black men, y'all dating. And I get on niggas about cooning and all that too. You know, running up and kissing white ass. I get on niggas about that too. But the thing is, there's no genre of books of dudes writing, fetishizing, and worshiping these women in the dominant society like that. There's a whole genre of bedwenches worshiping these dudes. This is totally different. This goes way beyond just interracial dating. You dig? Yeah, these old flabby Peggy Hubbard ass type of women. You dig? But they're really pushing the bedwench agenda to try to tell sisters, white dude is better for you. Just act right. Don't waste your time with that dude over there. Just wait on us to come through and get you. You dig? And that's a big trick bag. And they did it with brothers too. Brothers thinking, okay, if you get with Becky, everything is going to be all right. And a lot of brothers get caught up in that. There's one athlete who was banging this white chick, and she put a false rape charge on him. What are they doing? What are they doing? Yeah, it was what's that dude? It was one of these football players who was banging this white chick. She put a fake rape charge on him, said she was raped, but then all her friends got texts that she sent to them bragging about having sex with the dude. So she said, okay, he banged her and curved her, so she wanted to put fake charges on him. So they ended up dropping the charge, just like with Nelly. They had to drop that rape charge on Nelly. And you know what's interesting about Nelly? I saw some shea butter bedwenches talking about, yeah, people like Nelly, um, they get these charges and the victims are scared because they get attacked and have to drop charges. So this Negro bedwench shea butter feminist was on Twitter caping for the white chick who falsely accused Nelly. So you got these turncoats out here who are not on code at all. They are doing the bidding of white mommy and white daddy. And we have to know how to identify these people. Zeke Elliott, yeah, that's good. Nelly's pressing charges on his accuser. And another thing, that whole thing with Tavis Smiley, that's very interesting too, because I don't know too much of the details, but from what I understand, you know, they put those sexual misconduct charges on him. But from what I understand, Tavis was having a consensual relationship with somebody who worked there at the station or something like that. And they're trying to lump him in. You know, if y'all know some more details about that, y'all let me know. But from what I understand with Tavis, he was having a sexual relationship with somebody in the who worked there. Can y'all see inside? Hold on, because somebody in the back walking around. I don't want nobody walking around with ass and coochie out. Hold on, hold on. Did y'all see anybody naked back there? Hold on. Okay, that's my daughter back there. Hold on, hold on. Let me tell my daughter to close the blinds. Let me try to move my camera over. You see my kids in there acting a fool right now. Somebody's a peanut was in a towel. Okay. Well, if she. All right. Well, y'all go ahead and see her naked ass then. And she knows that the curtains are open. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me position the camera a certain way. Oh Lord. Y'all bear with me because I'm trying to get this shit together. Close the blinds for the culture. Hold on. All right, let me turn the camera a little bit. All right, let me do it like that so y'all can see in there to see my wife's cash and prizes. You dig? Man. But like I said, I'm finna get flagged for. But like I said, man. So the Tavis Smiley. I was asking about Tavis Smiley. What? I was asking about Tavis Smiley. Shout out to the King of Kush. Shout out to the African brothers and sisters. But from what I understand with Tavis Smiley, Tavis was having a consensual relationship with somebody. Tavis is going on Good Morning America to talk about it. That's good. That's good. He's going to talk about it. Oh yeah, like was it Charles Payne? Yeah, the big fat juicy nigga from Fox News. Charles Payne, this big old gummy bear looking nigga was out here banging the women up there, and then they put a charge on him. See, the thing is, the thing that makes it different with the brothers is that a lot of times the relationships are consensual, but they still hit them with the misconduct charge. That's interesting. It's not like some of these old other pervy ass dudes who's like a Harvey Weinstein and all these people. You got them on tape just really saying some real gross shit, and the women are really rejecting them heavily. And the women are all uncomfortable. It's something completely different. Is Charles Payne back on Fox? Okay, but with the brothers, hell, just being heterosexual in the office, and that's a crime. Just being a damn heterosexual is a crime. And if you have a heterosexual sexual relationship with somebody, even if it's consensual, if you black, I mean, that's a crime. They'll criminalize you. You dig? And they're using the term subordinates. See, they're real tricky with the words. He had sex with a subordinate. I mean, is he forcing the women? I don't know the details, but uh, I want to know the details. They're real tricky with the words. You dig? And I've said this before, man. In corporate America, they don't like hiring heterosexual black men in corporate America because they know the women in there want to bang them immediately. When you see a heterosexual man in corporate America, the women want to brother. I'm talking about a brother. Women are cooperating heavy. Tavis said he did speak out on PBS acted prematurely. He will be fighting back. Well, that's what's up. But yeah, they always got to make an example out of the heterosexual black man in the office. Now understand, the gay dudes, they be in there fucking them gay dudes too. The gay dudes be in there fucking the boss on the low. You dig? They keep that real low key. You dig? Don't think for a minute them gay dudes switching around the office. Somebody a hot dude. Don't think a higher up ain't banging them dudes. You dig? But you got to really watch the Bedouins agenda that they got pushing. This whole thing, man, when they were promoting the black women voters. Black women did a great job. Black women voting. And totally ignored the 93% of black men who voted down there in Alabama. That was very deliberate in what they're trying to do. They're trying to separate black men and women again. And they're going to try to tell sisters, okay, well, since black women, you're so strong, we're going to learn from you. And we're going to have you tackle all of these women issues now. That's a trick bag, sisters. I'm telling you. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. We fell for that in the 60s. It did not work for us. They're doing the same old trick. We can't be falling for the same tricks. And if you notice, if you look at commercials, you notice you'll see a lot of white dudes and black women in TV commercials. I've been noticing this. Forget about Scandal, TV shows like that. I mean, they're really promoting that thing real heavy. And then Kamala Harris, don't fall for Kamala Harris. There's the stench of bedwench going on there. What's up, Miss Green? You said we need black men to stop fighting black women. I get on news about that all the time. All these niggas on YouTube just hating on sisters to be honest. No, I don't co-sign that. I get on those niggas heavy. You dig? But we don't let them separate us. Don't let them separate us. See, with black people, we get this whole thing where a group of us are separated and they're showering us with praise and we think that they're special, but there's always an agenda. See, we got to understand the agenda. We got to understand when there's an agenda at play. And we got to understand when people are showering us so that we don't bring other folks in the mix. You understand what I'm saying? We got to understand when praise is being showered on us specifically so we don't bring other people in the mix. So when they shower black women with all this praise, oh, you're the greatest black woman. Oh, man, you're so strong. Black women, you're the greatest. If they overly shower you with praise, you're like, well, let me not bring those black men over here and mess up this praise that I'm getting. See, that's what they're trying to do. They, the mentality is, oh, I can't bring, if I bring black men in the mix, I'll mess up all this praise I'm getting. What is it? Okay, what are they doing? My daughter's in there yelling at him. Look at Mateo. Can y'all see Mateo and mess with the TV? These are some badass kids, boy. But like I said, they'll overly praise you. Hold on. It's real thirsty out here. There's a lot of salt in the air. Feels like probably because I'm right by the ocean. But I can taste the salt in the air over here. The seawater, ocean water is very salty. But what I was saying, yeah, dudes, I don't co-sign that shit. Niggas hating on sisters on YouTube. That shit is corny. That's corny. But when they overly praise you, that's so that you don't bring other people in. Black people, you notice when you're by yourself, when it's you by yourself or your family by themselves, and you see people from the dominant society, they're overly nice to you. They're overly nice to you. I'm out here in Hawaii right now with we're at a huge hotel out here. We're at one of the biggest hotel resorts out here. We're like the only black American family. I saw I think I saw one dude who might have been looked like they were from Africa somewhere. But we are in this huge resort, with thousands of people here. Probably, I don't know, might be thousands of people. I don't know how many people here. There's a lot of people here. But we're the only black American family. Reeling my children. I'm going to have to go in there in a minute because they want me to come in there and they're acting up. They all on top of shit. They just tearing up. But I don't want to miss my point. Oh yeah, I've already had the what do you do for a living? Oh yeah, they think I'm an athlete. I had a guy, white guy, at the elevator. So you're an athlete? You play football? They're looking like, are you one of those who kneel? Are you a kneeler? Are you one of those guys kneeling for the national anthem? They all think I'm a football player, number one. But yeah, out here, the Big Island. Somebody said it's expensive. It's expensive as shit out here, man. On the Big Island, the shit is way more expensive than the other island. And this hotel in particular, man, this shit is they charge like triple. Last night we ordered some food for the kids. We ordered this is what we ordered. They had like a little cheesecake. We ordered a turkey wrap, chicken fingers and fries. Nigga, that shit was $95. Like, what the hell? And it was whack. Okay, what are these kids doing? They're terrorizing their sister. But somebody back, probably Mateo. Say the boys in there. You see Taria running back and forth. My daughter, they're in there tearing up, and my daughter is in there after them. They jumping on the bed. Because see, these boys, they're used to a real. They be tearing. We got a huge house, and they be tearing up the house. So we get these little rugrats in a little room, so they just running amok. We got them in a little room, so they're just running amok right now. But like I said, he's at the window. Out here, we're like the only Black American family, and the white people out here are so extra nice to us. It's ridiculous. They're so nice, so cordial, so friendly. Very nice, very friendly, very cordial, and it's always like that when it's just one family. You dig? They're extra nice to you, and the reason why they're like, and when we keep noting how nice everybody is, but the thing is, they're only nice to us because it's only one of us. So what they do, they shower one group of black folks with a gang of praise, so that you don't bring others around. Because since it's one of us, hey, how you doing? The kids are beautiful, that type of thing. If there were six more black families out here, then all of a sudden it would be a problem. Trust me, it would be a problem. Just like Claude Anderson said, it's the rule of six. When it's six or more black folks around, they immediately go on alert. You dig? I see them back there jumping on the TV, whatever. You dig? Oh, okay. Well, these boys, look at them. I think they're trying to beat up Taria. Look. Okay, they're trying to fight their sister. Did you see them when they're trying to swing on their sister? That's another thing. They be trying to fight their older sister. Uh-oh. Okay, who fell? Who fell? Oh, Lord. Okay, somebody fell. Okay, but like I said, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by fake praise. Oh yeah, I got to talk about that Jay Z Zimmerman thing. You know, Jay Z is doing a documentary about the Trayvon Martin murder, and I think that he interviewed Zimmerman's relatives or something like that, where he had the film crew interviewed Zimmerman's relatives, and Zimmerman did an interview talking about he'll beat Jay Z up and feed him to alligators. Yeah, he holds Jay Z responsible for harassing his family. Yeah, he'll beat Jay Z up and all this old tough talk. And he was like, yeah, I taught people how not to fuck with me since February 2012. That's when he executed Trayvon Martin. So, you know, he does that racial antagonism. He's trying to get money. Um, he's sending his little dog whistles to other white supremacist groups. That means send him money. Racial antagonism will have them send him money. And George Zimmerman, understand this. People are like, when is his karma coming? Oh, the real karma is coming. But understand about George Zimmerman. He's in a prison right now. He's in a social prison. Don't think that George Zimmerman think that he's getting over. He knows that he has to hide out like a rat. I think he goes to like a little secluded bar somewhere out there in Florida. I mean, he lives like a fucking rat. He has to live on the low. He has to watch his back 24 hours a day. So, you know, he's in a prison. Don't think for a minute that George Zimmerman is living the life. He's not, and he knows it. He tries to act like everything is hunky dory, but he's in a prison because, you know, it's coming to him. The spirit of Ogun is coming. The spirit of Ogun is coming. See, he's not like some of these other folks who knows how to lay low. Now he keeps taunting and antagonizing. The Ogun spirit is coming. The Ogun spirit is gonna make it real sweet. The Ogun spirit is coming. The spirit of Ogun and the vengeance of God is coming. We can't rush. I want to let's take your time. Just get nice and comfortable, so that Ogun spirit will kick in, and it's kicking in. I know it. I know the Ogun spirit is going to kick in because he's just taunting and antagonizing, talking about who he's going to beat up. He's been doing this ever since he murdered that child. And George Zimmerman, he's not going to beat nobody up. He did that whole publicity stunt where he was going to box DMX. DMX like, hey, I'll stop smoking the pipe just to beat his ass. So he backed out. It was just another ploy to let people know that he's around. He can still, please donate money to me. That's all that was. Let me get my name in the news so you guys can donate money to me. I'm a little short on money, so let me do some racial antagonism so people can give me money. That's all that was about. You dig? There's a light out here. It's getting dark out here right now. It's beautiful. And now let me show y'all the nighttime. But look at my sons jumping on the bed doing flips. Let me show y'all the nighttime view out here though. Oh, look at that sunset. Look at those lights. I hope y'all can see that. There you go. It's the nighttime view out here in Hawaii. Nice and peaceful. You dig? Man. Yeah, George. People like, I can't believe he's still walking. Because the thing, he hides out. He's hiding out. And it was a white dude who popped off at him. It was a white dude and the white dude ended up getting 20 years in jail, I think. He got sentenced to 20 years for shooting at Zimmerman. You dig? So, it's coming for him. It's coming for him. You dig? Because he's being antagonistic. I mean, you don't get no brownie points. You're talking tough. He's talking big and bad. George Zimmerman, you're only known for beating up women and attacking unarmed children. And on top of that, you tried to ambush an unarmed child who whooped your ass. That's what we have to be very understanding of. He tried to attack and assault and ambush an unarmed, innocent black child with a pocket full of candy. And this child had to whoop his ass, and he shot him like a pussy. And he's walking around with his chest out. Ogun is coming. And tonight, pour out a little libation for Ogun. Pour out some libations for Ogun. You dig? Pour out some libations for Ogun. You dig? Because, yeah, it's coming for him. It's coming. Don't even trip. The spirit of Ogun, you dig, is coming through. Something was interesting. With the CDC, the Trump administration gave the CDC a list of terms not to use. And they told them that in order to get some federal budget money, they couldn't use like very particular words like transgender, diversity, entitlement. There's certain words that they couldn't use. And a lot of people got into a tither about that. Did y'all hear about that? This is something with the CDC, and not just that. It's some other entities that get federal money. The Trump administration made this big showboating thing where they can't use these certain terms, and a lot of people got upset about that. And you know what? And I say, I'm glad we don't have to use those terms. I'm glad. Yeah, evidence-based diversity, all this stuff. And you know what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing because none of these terms does shit for us anyway. Good. Black folks don't trip on that. A lot of these people got all bent out of shape and they want us to come running to the rescue. None of these terms apply to us anyway. These are code words that were supposed to help us. They don't help us. So, yeah, those words should be gone. I don't care nothing about them. They don't help us anyway. We're going to have to start having people use specific terms that apply to us, Black Americans. You dig? Yeah, we're going to have specific terms that apply specifically to us, and we got to stop being scared. So I agree with that. Those words don't bother me at all. What's getting dark as hell out here, nigga? I don't want a mongoose to run up on me. I know when I rented a car today, and there was lizards all in the car, and they were just freaking Peanut and my daughter out. And they're little bitty lizards. They're lizards all over the island. So there were lizards all on the car and in the car. Lizards on the windshield, and I'm not scared of lizards because the lizards don't bite, but they were freaking out, man. Man, am I scared of the dog? No, 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 no. I ain't scared of the dog. I'm just, there's a lot of exotic animals out here, nigga. And I'm out here, I'm barefoot, and I don't want a damn an iguana to bite my pinky toe. Shit. Man. But hold on one second. There was a website called the Daily Stormer. And the Daily Stormer is a white supremacist website. And that white identity extremist who shot up that school in New Mexico, he was on that site and other sites like it. He was on that site, and we talked about him before, but he was on that site and several, like 4chan. When you see 4chan, understand that's another white supremacist website. But the dude who shot up that school, he was on all of these white supremacist websites, and they found out he was a blatant white supremacist, just like that little boy Keaton Jones. I talked about his mother being a white supremacist, and turns out his dad is a damn neo-Nazi. His dad is a straight up card carrying Aryan who has like white pride tattoos, and I mean he's in a white supremacist prison gang. I mean he's full fledged white supremacy, and we have to understand to call systematic white supremacy what it is. See, the thing is with black people, we got to understand how propaganda works. The thing is, they try to confuse us by throwing out different titles and different names for the same thing. This is why I want y'all to look at that interview I did with Jesse Lee Peterson. Me and Jesse Lee Peterson had another debate. I can't wait till y'all see that. Did y'all see the pictures? Did y'all see the pictures of me and Jesse Lee Peterson? I gave him a Coon Train Award, and he accepted. And people are like, oh, does he even know what it is? He knows what it is. He knows exactly what it is. Jesse Lee Peterson knows exactly what it is. He knows exactly. And the thing about Jesse, and this is what I like about Jesse, if you could like a coon. Because to be honest, I do like Jesse Lee. Jesse Lee Peterson, to be very honest, he's a coon to the heart. He's a likable dude. And that's the funny thing. Okay. Hey, Siri. He's a likable dude. Even though he's a big coon. The thing is with Jesse Lee Peterson, he knows he's cooning. And Jesse Lee Peterson don't believe shit that he says. He knows that he's just spewing bullshit talking points. He knows this. He's very well aware of it. He's aware that he's full of shit. That's the thing with Jesse. And he knows that I know that he knows he's full of shit. That's the thing that's likable, because we both know that he's conning, he's hustling. We both know. Me and Jesse, when we're talking, we know. I can look in his eyes, and he's looking in my eye. He knows that he's bullshitting, and I know he's bullshitting. And it's funny to me. But the thing is, that doesn't make him any less dangerous, though. Let me say that, because that's the thing. We don't want to And I have to stop myself, even though he's a likable coon. I have to understand how dangerous coons are. That's why it's so funny. Exactly. So when I go on this show, it's fun because I know, nigga, I know you coon and stop. So I have a good time on the show, clowning and breaking down good game. But the interview comes out in January. I hope they don't edit the interview at all. I told them y'all need to play everything unedited from start to finish because it's very very good information. I was breaking some stuff down and tearing down his talking points, but what I was saying, the website, the Daily Stormer, they have a playbook, and this is a hardcore white supremacist website, and it was several other websites wrote a story about this. It's called "This is the Daily Stormer's Playbook." A leak style guide reveals how the Nazis' grammar. It reveals their grammar and how they recruit people. So the guy who runs the site, Andrew. Well, no, he's one of the people who run the site. Andrew Autoheimer something. He put out some kind of instruction guide on how to recruit other white supremacists to get them on board. And he was trying to show people who write articles for the Daily Stormer what to write, um, how to word your articles. Um, and this is very interesting. I want y'all to peep this. Hold on one second. Uh, I'm trying to get to the good part. So this is the Daily Stormer's playbook. Hold on, tags. Hold on, where is this? Is the you're writing about it? Okay, here we go. It says, note: if you're writing about an enemy, a Jew, feminist, etc., leak their social media account, Twitter especially. We've gotten press attention before when I didn't even call for somebody to be trolled, but just linking them on our site, and people went and did it. So this is why a lot of articles by these white supremacist trolls and these white supremacist websites, they always have my Twitter on there so all the troll bots can go flood my page. Fortunately, I'm verified on Twitter, so Twitter, once you're verified, they can you got a feature on there that will filter out trolls. Most troll accounts. So a lot of those troll accounts I don't even see it, they get filtered out. This is another rule that they wrote. This is the Daily Storm. It says, while racial slurs are allowed and recommended, not every reference to non-whites shouldn't be a slur, and their use should be based on the tone of the article. Generally, when using racial slurs, it should come across as half joking, like a racist joke that everybody laughs at because it's true. This follows the generally light tone of the site. It should not come across as genuine raging vitriol. That's a turnoff to the overwhelming majority of people. I've told people this over and over again. These white supremacists are always using trolling and jokes to hide their racial agenda. This is why they troll all the time. I've told people repeatedly, it's not jokes. These people are not joking. This is them in their own words saying, and I've done shows about this, how I call it troll flecting, how they try to use trolling to hide their racial agenda. They always hide it behind jokes. And this is them admitting that. Just like Baked Alaska, all that trolling that he does, it's not a joke. They're just hiding that. All those hand signals, it's not a joke. And okay, and then it says, as for what racial slurs to be used, this is what they said. They said, nigger is okay to use sometimes, but it shouldn't be used constantly. The following racial slurs are allowed and advisable: Negro, Negroid, monkey, ape, spick, wetback, beaner, bean person, kike, yid, sheeny, Christ killer, Hodge, sand person. So they got a whole bunch of other coded, not so coded um, um, epithets, or as Roland says, epithet. And this is another interesting thing. What's up, you know? Oh, okay. I'm about to come in a minute. And this is something else they said. Um, the tone of the site should be light. Most people are not comfortable with material that comes across as vitriolic, raging, non-ironic hatred. The unindoctrinated, meaning people who are not yet white supremacists, should not be able to tell if we're joking or not. There should also be a conscious awareness of mocking stereotypes of hateful racists. I usually think of this as self-depreciating humor. I'm a racist making fun of stereotypes of races because I don't take myself super seriously. This is an obvious ploy, and I actually do want to gas kikes. This is his words. But that's neither here nor there. This is why they always say, I did some races to mock racism. That's what Keaton Jones' mother said. Remember that interview she did? She did that interview where she was being called out for having a Confederate flag. And she said, well, I was being ironic. I thought it would be funny. That whole thing. I was really mocking racism. No, you're not. You had a baby by a damn open neo-Nazi. Were you mocking racism then by procreating with a open genocidal white supremacist? Understand, the white supremacists are master liars. You dig? And this is another one. This is very, very interesting right here. Another one of their rules. It says we are covering very negative content generally, but still, as much effort as possible should be put into presenting a positive message. We should always claim we are winning and should celebrate any wins with extreme exaggeration. This does not mean we downplay the enemy. We just play up ourselves. We overestimate our influence. This is why you notice the white supremacists on these websites are always talking about how they own somebody. Yeah, man, we own Tariq. Yeah, we own him. That's one of their ploys. To always, not just that. Even when Floyd Mayweather was fighting Conor McGregor, notice all the white supremacists were acting like Conor McGregor actually won the fight the way they were talking. If you talk to them, hell, Conor McGregor won. Remember, right after the Floyd Mayweather fight, they were talking about, hey man, Conor McGregor had him in the third round, didn't he? Conor McGregor was ahead in the third round. They were talking that, even when I was in Vegas, they were talking that stuff. They were trying to make it seem as McGregor was somehow winning somehow in that fight. And nowhere in that fight was he winning anything. You dig? Yeah, they were supporting him because he was white. But they love to over-exaggerate them winning something, even when they clearly lost. They're real big on that, to claim victory no matter what. Even if you get defeated, claim victory. Even if you're defeated, claim that you won. Just pretend that you won. You dig? That's why they're always talking about how some white supremacists own somebody. Oh man, he owned you, dude. You dig? Yeah, that's basically the I'm white, not say so narrative. That's all that is. That's the I'm white, not say so narrative. So we got to understand the words. They really get us with the words. Now, these mosquitoes are tearing me up right now, by the way, because it's dark out here. It's pitch black out here. That's the thing about Hawaii. You know, at night, it is pitch black out here, man. Ain't no street lights or none of that shit. You dig? And this island, this is where the volcanoes are. Oh, yeah, just with Tucker Carlson. You notice the white supremacists always talk, Tucker Carlson owned you, dude. You know Tucker Carlson lit his ass. Oh, what the hell is this shit? Hold on, my bad. Okay, now that shit scared me. Get the fuck out of here. Big ass beetle. Because Tucker Carlson is one of their own. And notice the only people who give Tucker Carlson props are other white supremacists and coons. Those are the only people. And that's why they have to play up their own. And they have to over exaggerate and pretend that they're winning something. That's why I told y'all, if you Google Tucker Carlson owns, and you go to YouTube and just type in Tucker Carlson owned, there's a whole list of people that they say Tucker, everybody that Tucker debates, they claim that Tucker owns them. And they do that with all other white supremacists too. They do that with Ben Shapiro. They always talk about how Ben Shapiro owned somebody. So they have to pretend that they won. That's why Ben Shapiro will not debate me in real life. Ben Shapiro will not debate me. What are you doing, T? Y'all get back in. Yeah, man, it's pitch black out here right now. But these mosquitoes are tearing my ass up, man. But anyway, let me get in here. But watch the words. You got to watch the words, fam. Let me get in here with my folks, man. My kids and family in here just jumping all over the place, tearing up shit. All right, man. Hopefully, I think I might do my show this Wednesday. I hope I do. If not, I might just take off a week. Do it when I get back and everything. But I hope you guys get the 1804 DVD at 1804movie.com. If you don't have that movie, you're bullshit. You're missing a great movie if you don't have it. I'm pretty sure most of you in the chat room have the movie. 1804movie.com. That is the film. 1804movie.com, ladies and gentlemen. And get all the Hidden Colors DVDs at hiddencolorsfilm.com. A lot of folks like that interview I did with Dame Dash on Ism Radio. Man, Dame was a great guest. Watch that interview. Go to Ism. You can go to YouTube and just type in Ism Radio, IZM Radio, Dame Dash, or type in Tariq Nasheed, Dame Dash, and great interview. Dame was dropping some good game, and I like to hear when my brother's dropping that business game, and a lot of folks enjoyed the show. But again, go to hiddencolorsfilm.com, go to 1804movie.com, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm about to be out of here. Y'all be good. Follow me on Twitter.